Home is where you are your truest self, without being judged for who you are and where you come from. Hi, my name is Tejaswini Vijay, and Alchemy is my home. Stepping into Alchemy at a very young age has been a boon. Walking in with a lot of inhibition and stepping out looking eye at eye with life has been the best ever transformation. From basic discipline to creating magic on stage, Alchemy has been a part of my journey. Performing 25 plus plays, 80 plus stagings, curating theatre productions, working on lights, helping out on makeup, costume sets, and bringing all of these learnings for my theatre production has been a wonderful journey. They said I would meet friends, but here I met my closest family. Working together day and night, performing together, traveling for theatre festivals, and curating shows, we've made a lot of memories that I will cherish for a lifetime. Alchemy is more than just a class. It's where I found my purpose, my family, and myself.
In this beautiful evening, I welcome you all to the most awaited grand event. Yes, Alchemy solo performances are happening right now. Well, let me introduce myself. I'm Vaishnavi. I'm a student of Alchemy for 4 years and I'm super excited to be one of the anchors for today's performances. Alchemy Kids Theatre, established in Chennai in the year 2002, is a pioneer in training children from the age group 4 to 14 years in creativity, communication, and personality development skills enhancement through its developmental drama curriculum. Drama is a unique platform to explore and express human feelings and for developing social and personal skills across all age groups. Training in theatre through developmental drama enhances listening and conversational skills, leadership skills, self esteem, confident body language, expressions, concentration, and creativity, positive frame of mind, social etiquette, cross pollinating ideas, problem solving skills, and many other positive skills and qualities. The developmental drama program of AKT aims at nurturing and transforming the young minds to effective and creative leaders of tomorrow. AKT has its training center located in Chennai at Adayar, KK Nagar, and Anna Nagar. We live and perform by the thought quoted by our founder and director, Mrs. Radhika and Mr. Vijay. Transform the thought and action will follow. And now I invite our dear Vijay sir to address the gathering.
Good evening, dear parents. Might be the volume can be a bit low. Good evening, dear parents and dearest children and our teachers here. Very proud moment for all of us at Alchemy because we had Vaishnavi coming and talking out, a young little champ coming. She says she's been with us for 4 years and the confidence with which she talks and she invites me to talk, really feeling that, the circle is moving very smoothly. This is the essence of alchemy right in front of your eyes. I was feeling so happy sitting inside, no nervousness, because everything seemed to be calm. Children are so happy there. Nobody's worried. The child inside is, very happy to come and talk here. I felt things are in place. We are in the right direction. The philosophy of alchemy, if it has to be explained, was told by a great scientist very long back. If you have not failed even once in life, if you have not failed even once in life, you have not tried anything new. And this was said by the great Albert Einstein. And that's the philosophy at Alchemy. We're not worried what happens today. There could be a child who might forget the line. There could be somebody who's super excited and comes and, misses a couple of lines, but tries manages. Somebody who delivers it well. It's all fine. The process that they went through is what is very important. The process is the sowing of the seed. This is just an exhibition. What is going to happen today is an exhibition. They'll come, they'll perform, they'll go back. But the process that they have gone through is extremely important. Thank you all parents for your wonderful cooperation. You send them for the additional practices. You cooperated with the online practices. All these are going to be helping our little dear children really well in developing their 21st century skills. You're going to be witnessing them here soon. Different children are from different grades. On purpose, we have put up the schedule in such a way that on a particular evening or during a particular slot, there are children from different grades so that they get to see each other. So there are going to be variations in performances. There's going to be some child who's going to be stepping here for the first time. There's somebody who's already here for 3-4 years, like our little friend who just came and went in. So confidence levels are going to vary. Fun levels are going to vary. Performance levels are going to vary. Let's not compare. Let's not compare that. Let's enjoy the moment. Let's help them enjoy the moment and let them, reflect on it. Let them reflect on it, and you'll see a sea of difference in their lives in years to come. And this, I talk with a lot of conviction, with a lot of data, with a lot of evidence, because we are into our 23rd year. 22 years we have done and tried this again and again. Thank you so much. So they're all in very safe hands. And I guess this is a moment that we should all take to give one more round of applause to the wonderful teachers. I've been watching how the teachers have been, selflessly working with the children. They leave at 7:30 in the morning to the schools that we work with. And generally their day gets over by 5:36. But after 6, they head to Alchemy, come sit here, work with children till 7:38, and then go back. It's a very selfless effort. And dear teachers, I want to thank you all so much for the wonderful work that you've done. And you're going to see your efforts on stage today. And I guess that's going to take off all your, if we call it bad memories of staying back long for at work. But we teachers, we are passionate, so we love what we do. Luckily, we are in a profession where we love what we do. So let's all welcome the children this evening, and we're going to start off the activity soon. Couple of small, thank you parents again, couple of important but quick information that you need to keep. There is a video recording going on and photography is going on. Professionals are at the job, so you don't have to worry. Please don't get up and try using your mobile phones to record, because you could get into the way of the frame. And the event is also going live on YouTube as we talk. It is also going live on YouTube. So there are many relatives and friends who are watching. And we are going to be sharing all these videos and photos with all of you. So you will get a good copy of the video and the photograph. So you don't have to worry. Let's not focus on the small screen and try to connect there. Let us use our eyes and store it in our hearts. The small screen, we'll send it to you. Don't worry about it. So anybody in between, if you want to get up, you cannot walk this way. You cannot cross here because the camera is on. The only time you could do it is between two events. If the anchor is not come, you could just quickly make a passing. Please don't cross this way. You'll have to go there and find way and go out, even if you're going out. And please let the children stay back till the end of the program, whatever is the hurry, because as I mentioned so many times, observation is the biggest teacher. We all learn through observation. How many ever classes we go to, but it is observation that subconsciously stores, and that skill starts coming out. So how we spend time on so many other things, let us spend this evening with children and let the children watch their friends enjoy and do this work. The next info that we want to give you is we are very proud and happy that Alchemy is opening its center on OMR, and we are coming up at Sholinganallur. So thank you. The fourth branch of Alchemy is opening at Sholinganallur at Classic Gardens. There's a school called Babaji Vidyashram. So our campus is going to be within that school. It's a fabulous school with fabulous facilities. And we've had a very good discussion, and the management there is very happy that somebody like Alchemy is walking in. They're very proud to have us there. And we've also taken a very conscious effort that it's going to be as good as what Adyar does. And Sholinganallur is directly under Alchemy Adyar's. It is ours. We are doing it there. Directly we are going in there. We are running it. Though our KK Nagar and Anna Nagar centers, though they are franchised, still our teachers travel in. Training wise, it's always ours. Sholinganallur is going to be a replica of Adyar. It is Alchemy that is going to be operating out of Sholinganallur there. So the first outing for the Sholinganallur campus is going to be for the summer camp in April. So if you have friends and relatives living on OMR, Sholinganallur, who are going to find it difficult coming all the way to Adyar, you could pass on the word to them. And we should be starting the summer camp registrations post March 4th. Our website will open it up. So you can keep them posted as usual on first come, first serve basis. So with this piece of information, I like to wish all the children who are going to be performing all the very best. Don't fear, dear children. Come here, enjoy. If it goes wrong, it's okay. Let's chill. Let's have fun. Let's all have a great evening. Thank you.
Let's move into our event. Solo performances. Students from 2024-2025 batch will be presenting monologue stories and poems as their individual presentations for the 23rd annual graduation presentation. This is going to be exciting. Let's dive into the show right away, shall we? Our very first performer of this year's solo presentation will be S. Ishwar from Youth Theatre, who will bring to life an extract from Haruki Murakami's Norwegian Wood, a novel that beautifully blends nostalgia, love, and loss. Get ready to be transported to Murakami's world of emotions and memories. Without further delay, let's welcome Ishwar.
Good evening. My name is Ishwar and I'm going to be performing an extract from the Norwegian Wood by Haruki Murakami. "18 years have gone by. Still, can bring back every detail of the day in the meadow. For clean of summer's wind, with days of gentle rain. The mountain, for a deep, brilliant green. The October breeze set the white fronds of the hedgehog grass swaying. A long streak of cloud hung pasted across the dome of frozen blue. Almost hurt to look at that far off sky. Puff of wind swept across the meadow through her hair before it slipped into the woods to rustle branches, send snatches of distant barking. A hazy sound seemed to have reached us from a doorway to another world. We heard no other sound, met no other people. All we saw was two bright red birds leap startled from the center of the meadow and dart into the woods. As we ambled along, Noko spoke to me of wells and memory. It's a funny thing. When I was in the scene, I hardly paid it any attention. I never stopped to think of it as something that would make a lasting impression. Certainly not 18 years later that I recall it in such detail. I didn't give a damn over the scenery that day. All I was thinking was about myself then. I was thinking about the beautiful woman walking next to me. I was thinking about the two of us together. And then myself again. It's at that point of age where every sight, every thought, every feeling came back like a boomerang to me. And worse, I was in love. In love with complications. Scenery was the last thing on my mind. Now, though, that meadow scene is the first thing that comes back to me. The smell of the grass, the free chill of the wind, the line of the hills, the barking of a dog. These are the first things. They come with absolute clarity. I feel I can just reach out and trace them with my fingertips. And yet, as clear as the scene may be, no one was in it. No one. Noko was not there and neither was I. Where would he have disappeared to? How could such a thing have happened? Everything that was so important to me back then. Noko, myself then, the world I had then. Where would they have disappeared to? It's true. Can't even bring back her face. Not straight away at least. All I'm left with is a background. Pure scenery. No one in front of it. Thank you.
Wow, that was a wonderful journey. Thank you, Ishwar. Next, Moksha from Grade 3 Senior is eagerly waiting to share the story Siddhartha and the Swan. This sounds interesting. Let's hear it from Moksha. Hello all. Hello all. My name is Moksha and today I am going to perform a story called Siddhartha and the Swan by Anita Ganeri. One day, Siddhartha was sitting by the lake when a flock of white swans flew overhead. Suddenly, one of the swans fell from the sky and landed at Siddhartha's feet. An arrow was stuck in its wing. Poor swan, said Siddhartha. I will look after you. Don't be afraid. Very gently, he pulled out the arrow and wrapped the wounded swan in his own shirt to keep it warm. Just then, his cousin Devdatta came up running in great excitement. He was carrying a bow and some arrows. What are you doing? He shouted at Siddhartha. That's my swan, not yours. I shot it fair and square. Now give it back, or else. But Siddhartha refused. So the two boys began to argue. They quarreled, but neither would give in. Finally, they decided to go to the king and let him decide who was right. The king and his ministers listened carefully to their story. First, Siddhartha had his say. Now, who did the swan belong to? Devdatta shot the swan, so it is his. One minister said. But Siddhartha found the swan, so it is his. Another said. Even the ministers could not decide. I can help you, said a quavering voice. Everyone turned around. There in the doorway stood a very old man
whom nobody had seen before. No one wants to feel pain or die, and it's just the same for animals. He said, give the swan to the boy who tried to save its life and not the boy who killed it. So Siddhartha was allowed to keep the swan and he cared for it until it was well again. Then he took it down to the lake and let it fly away to join its friends. Thank you.
That's a great story, Moksha. A great reminder to be kind and show love to all. Thank you for sharing it with us. Our next performer is Himai K. Setia from Grade 1 Junior, who's here to share another exciting story with us. The Honest Woodcutter. Stage is yours, Himai.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Hime. Today, I'm going to tell the story of the honest woodcutter. A poor woodcutter accidentally dropped his axe into the river. He was very upset as he had no money to buy another axe. Just then, a fairy appeared holding a golden axe. I found this axe in the river. Is this yours? That's not mine, replied the woodcutter. Then the fairy brought out a silver axe. The woodcutter disarmed this one too. Finally, the fairy held out a wooden axe. Smiling with happiness, the woodcutter said, "That's mine. Thank you very much." The fairy felt very happy and said, "Such honesty deserves a reward." She gave the poor man all the three axes and disappeared. Moral: honesty is the best policy. Always be honest. Thank you.
Wouldn't we all love if we have honest as the prefix to our name? The woodcutter earned it. We can earn it as well. Thank you, Himai, for sharing it with us. Let's move to our next performer. V. Vedvyas from Grade 1 Junior. Oh, wait a second. Do you feel the ground shaking? Hold on to your seats and enjoy this poem. Dino thought. Break a leg, Vedvyas.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Vedyas. I'm going to present the poem Dino Tot. Oh, dinosaur. Oh, dinosaur, oh, dinosaur. There are no dinosaurs anymore. The skies are clear of yellow. No more weather left in ashes. No more axles clashes. No more pounding thunder feet. Afflicts on his revolting feet. Oh, dinosaur. Then no dinosaur animal can you.
was a good try, Vedyas. I'm sure you're gonna rock the stage next time. Up next, Shivani from grade 3 senior is all set to amaze us with the prose. The baby in the bulrushes. Please welcome Shivani.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Shivani. Today, I'm going to perform The Baby in the Bulrushes by Anita Ganeri. Pharaoh treated the Israelites as slaves and set them to work building his royal cities. It was back-aching work from dawn to dusk. But the worse things got, the stronger it made the Israelites. One day, the Pharaoh gave a command: take every newborn baby boy, he told the midwives, and throw them into the river to drown. At that time, an Israelite woman had a baby boy. She hid him in her house, but when he grew too big to hide anymore, she made a basket from bulrushes and covered it with tar to make it watertight and placed the baby in it. She hid him among the reeds by the river. Later that day, the Pharaoh's daughter came to bathe in the river. She spotted the basket and asked her maid to fetch it. When she saw the basket, she couldn't believe her eyes. Inside was a baby and he was crying. The little boy's sister stepped forward. Your Highness, I know where to find a good nurse, she said, and went to fetch the baby's own mother. Later, the Pharaoh's daughter adopted the boy and brought him up as her own son in the royal palace. She called him Moses, which means drowner, because she had drawn him out of the water. Thank you.
Thank you, Shivani. That was an amazing performance. Our next performer is Adidev Mitran and is coming to inspire us with his poem, Five Little Seeds. We are all ears, Adidev.
Hello, everybody.
I will be here. Okay.
Five little seeds, 5 little seeds. Two will make flowers, two will make weeds. Under the leaf, under the snow. 5 little seeds are waiting to grow. Up comes the sun, down comes the shower. Up comes the tree, become pea flowers. Out comes the sun, down comes the shower. Every plant needs. Up come the two funny old weeds. Thank you.
It was a beautiful try, Adidev. I hope everyone is enjoying this evening with these top class performances. Let's continue. How many of you love pets? I love them. They are so cute, aren't they? P. Chinmayi from grade 2 junior is ready to walk with a dog. Yes, it's the poem I took my doggy for a walk. Please give a round of applause for her and her imaginary pet.
Hello everybody, my name is Chinmay and today I'm going to perform a poem called I Took My Doggy for a Walk by Ken Nesbitt. I took my doggy for a walk. I thought it would be fun. The moment that we got outside, he took off at a run. I gripped the handle of his leash. It instantly pulled tight. My dog was strong. He ran so fast. I practically took flight. He pulled me through the neighborhood. My doggy likes to roam. I bumped and bounced and banged around until he ran back home. So now I'm bruised and battered like a ratty-tattered rag. I took my doggy for a walk. He took me for a drag. Thank you.
Thank you, Chinmayi. We enjoyed it very much. Well, we've heard the quote, old is gold. What about recycled process? Let's hear it from Vedashri Bhargav through her poem, The Recycling Song.
Good evening, everyone. I am Veda from grade 1 junior. I am perform a poem called Recycling Song. Save the cans, throw them in the bin. We can help to save the earth if we all pitch in. Save the pepper, throw them in the bin. We can help to save the earth if we all pitch in. Say the plastic. No, say the bottles, throw them in the bin. We can help to save the earth if we all pitch in. Say the plastics, throw them in the bin. We can help to save the earth if we all pitch in. Thank you.
Old is gold indeed. Thank you, Vedashri, for a wonderful reciting. Next, really? Let me read it again. That sounds interesting. Shanvi Krishna from grade 1 junior is all set to narrate a poem. What is pink? Here she comes. That was an amazing performance. Thank you, Shanvi. This evening is getting interesting. We have the next performer, Lakshanya, from grade 2 junior, who's excited to perform the poem. I like. We are all ears, Lakshanya.
Hi everyone, my name is Lakshanya and today I'm going to perform a poem I like by Aqua Kylie. I like sunshine, I like snow, I like round leaves when they blow. I like cookies, I like cakes, I like waffles when I wake. I like colors, I like cats, I like clowns and funny hats. I like baseball, I like planes, I like sleeping when it rains. I like stories at bedtime, I like poems when they rhyme. Thank you.
Well, we not just liked it, we loved it. Thank you, Lakshanya. Great performance is never luck. It takes a lot of focus, heart, and hard work. I'm thrilled to witness some of these performances today. Let's continue and get ready to our next performer, Aryan from Grade 3 Senior. Is all set to recite a poem, Holding Hands. Please join me. Hey, not by holding hands, but by clapping our hands and welcoming Aryan.
Hello everyone, I am Aryan from grade 3 senior. Today I am going to perform a poem Holding Hands. Holding Hands. At play, for fun. Here are kids just holding hands. A natural handhold that says, I like you. Hands creamed with ice cream. No only fun, not stickiness. In love, in despair. Here behold the holding of hands. A tender embrace, fingers locked in a twine, a comforting squeeze of hands that spells I understand. At birth, at death, here we witness the holding of hands, a baby's finger clasping a mother's finger, a hand all limp and lifeless, lovingly held to a mourning cheek. Holding hands is the language of man, so profound yet simple, always touching, infinitely soothing. Whatever life's precious moment, at play for fun, in love, in despair, at birth, at death, and all else in between. Michelle Yeoh, thank you.
It was a touching poem, Aryan. We enjoyed your performance. Now, this performer's name is R.P. Araginial, and she's from grade 1 junior, and I'm all excited to hear her story, The Brahman's Gift.
Hello everyone, my name is Sharanya. I am going to present a story called The Brahmin's Gift. Once there lived a poor Brahmin in a village. He used to perform religions and rituals. On one occasion, he was rewarded for his service, a cow by rich man. The Brahmin started walking with the cow to bring it home. On a way, the three rogues saw the Brahmin walking with the cow. They were lazy and wanted to cheat the Brahmin so that they could take away the cow. They had a plan. The first person approached the Brahmin and said, Are you a shaman that you are pulling a donkey? The Brahmin was totally confused and scared. But he went on a little later. He was met by the second drone, who asked him, "Why and were you taking this pig?" Now the Brahmin was totally confused and scared. He thought that is the cow. On a double discuss, some distance later, he was met by the third drone, who asked him, "Oh my God, sir, why are you pulling such a wild animal?" The Brahmin was totally confused and scared. He thought that is the cow. On a double discuss which different forms, the Brahmin was ran cow behind. They happily took the three trick, laughed and joy. There has a tree trick on Brahmin. They happily took the cow and ran away. Thank you.
That was an awesome story. Thank you, Araginial. Ooh, it's getting cold, right? I wish I wore my shoes. I can't because shoes aren't allowed inside the hall. But let's give a warm welcome to Nivan from Grade 1 Junior, who's eagerly waiting to meet you today and recite the poem New Shoes. I hope that at least those shoes wore him. All the best, Nivan.
Hi. Hello everyone. Today I'm going to put some new shows. My shoes are new with squeaky shoes. They were shiny, creaky shoes. I wish I had my leaky shoes that mommy threw away. I like my old brown leaky shoes much better than this creaky shoes. These shiny, creaky shoes I got to wear today. I like my old brown leaky shoes much better than this creaky shoes. The shiny creaky squeaky shoes I got to wear today. Thank you.
That was a cute try, Nivan. Shanvi from Grade 1 Junior is coming here to perform again.
Hello everyone, my name is Shanvi. I am going to present about What is pink? What is pink? What is pink? The rose is pink, while a small. What is pink? The rose is pink. What is pink? The rose is pink. By the fountain pink. What is red? A poppy red. In the barley bed. What is blue? The sky is blue. While the clouds float through. What is white? The swan is white, sailing on the light. What is yellow? Pears are yellow, rich and ripe and mellow. What is violet? What is violet? The clouds are violet in the summer twilight. What is orange? Why orange? Just the orange. Thank you.
That was a wonderful performance, Shanti. With that, my work is over. Aha, not yours, because we have another set of exciting performance coming up with their host, Ritika Sharvini. Appa, now I can happily hand over the responsibility to her and go enjoy the show. Bye all.
A warm welcome to each and everyone present here today. I'm Ritika and I will be your anchor for the next 1 hour. For the next performance, we have S.A. Ritvi from Grade 1 Junior Adaya to perform the poem Countdown. Does it talk about the countdown to an event? Or wait, a moment about that countdown? Oh my god, I'm curious. Let's invite Ritvi and see what it is.
Hello everyone, my name is Ritvi. I'm going to perform a poem called Countdown. Climb aboard the rocket ship, it's time to fly away. We are launching into space to start our busy day. So let's begin the countdown. We will start with number 10, and when the day is done, we will come back to Earth again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Clock stop. Thank you.
Yes, indeed, it was that countdown before a space shuttle is launched. Well performed, Ritvi. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have taken the other dress or shoe or phone or what not? This poem here exactly describes about that life choice that we don't make. Let's hear the poem, The Road Not Taken, performed by Rishabh from Grade 1 Senior, Adyar. All the best, Rishabh.
Hello everyone, my name is Rishabh and I am from Grade 1 Senior, and today I am going to be performing a poem called The Road Not Taken by Robert Lee Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth, then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay. In leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way. I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Rishabh. It was a wonderful performance. We now have Akshita from Grade 1 Senior, KK Nagar, to perform yet another poem titled School. Let's hear it from Akshita.
Hi everyone, I'm Akshita, and today I'm going to perform a poem called School by Anita Ganeri. School is something we must all embrace. Knowledge we need to seek out and chase. Subject and teaching styles are plentiful and vary, just like the backpacks we all need to carry. Sports, clubs, and activities at every single turn. So much to do, study and learn. To get the most from school, we must consistently attend. Around each corner, there's always a friend. Our favorite teachers are friendly and kind. They passion and job to expand every mind. School is something we must all embrace. Just remember to learn at your own pace. Thank you.
Thank you, Akshita, for the wonderful performance. Next up is Nihil Vaibhav from grade 2 senior Adayar, who will be performing the poem, Getting Out of Getting In. Let's watch Nihil as he tries to escape from sleeping and see if he succeeds in his attempt. Nihil, the stage is yours.
Hello everybody, I'm Nihil Vaibhav of Grade 2 Senior, here to present you the poem called Getting Out of Getting Into Bed. I never understand why day turns into night and I have to go to sleep. There isn't even any light. Can I have a drink of water? Then I'll go to bed. My throat is dry without a drink. I'm sure I'll wake up dead. How about a cracker? Then I'll go to bed. Better yet, I think I want a granola bar instead. Now, I have to piddle before I go to bed. I wouldn't want to puddle in the middle of my bed. To tell the truth, I'd really rather stay up late tonight and paste or paint or color or fly my kite at night. Or roller skate, play hide and seek, perhaps a pillow fight. Well, before I go, just one more thing. My bed is full of bugs. Or maybe we could rock and have some couple of hugs. I knew that hugs would work, but I have to tell you this. I'm really very tired. Here's a good night kiss. Thank you.
Thank you, Nihil, for beautifully recreating all our bedtime experiences. Can a cave talk? No, right? But in this Panchatantra classic, we have a cave that talked. I am curious to see that how that could happen. So I'm going to invite R.D. Sarvesh Kumar from grade 1 senior Adaya to solve this question for me. Let's put our hands together for Sarvesh Kumar narrating the story, The Cave That Talked.
Hi, I am Sarvesh. Today I am going to perform a story from Panchatantra called A Cave That Talked. A hungry lion roamed the forest in search of food, but he could not find any animal to kill. The more he wandered, the hungrier he became. Finally, he saw the mouth of a big cave. The lion said to himself, I think some animal is here. I shall wait behind the bush until he comes out. I shall pounce on him. He waited for a long time, but no one came out. The lion thought, the fellow must have gone out. I shall go in and wait for him. I am sure he will walk in and into my mouth. So the lion hid himself in the dark corner. The cave was the home of the jackal. He returned shortly. As he was about to enter the cave, he noticed footprints. These are footprints of big animals, probably still inside. It is dangerous to go in. Let me find out, he said to himself. The jackal was very clever. He called out in a loud voice, Hello, cave, my dear cave. There was silence. He shouted again, Hello, cave, my dear cave. Why don't you answer me? Are you dead? What has happened to you? You always welcome me when I return home. If you don't reply, I'll go to another cave. The lion heard the shouts of the jackal.
The lion said to himself, "This cave is in the habit of welcoming the jackal, but now it is afraid of me. The jackal will go away if it is not welcome." So the lion roared, "Hello, hello, welcome home, my friend." "He must be hungry indeed," mused the wise jackal as he fled the place. Thank you.
Thank you for clearing my doubts, Sarvesh. By the way, it was a wonderful performance. For the next performance, I would like to invite the fairies child. Oops, sorry, Vishmay Vaidananthan to perform the poem. I would love to be the fairies child. The stage is yours, fairies child. Oops, I'm sorry, Vishmay.
Hello, everybody. My name is Vishmayi. Today, I'm going to perform a poem called "I Love to Be a Fairy Child" by Robert Grace. Children born on fairy stock never need for shirt or frock. I want for food of her. Always get their heart desire. Jingle pockets full of gold. Marry when they're 7 years old. Every fairy child may keep 2 strong ponies and 10 sheep. All our houses, each is one. Build a brick, a grand stone. The live on chuddies, the run wild. I love to be a fairy child. Thank you.
Thank you for such a beautiful performance, Vishmay. The world is a beautiful place, isn't it? Have you ever wondered how it came to be? So does Kaya from Grade 1 Senior Adayar as she presents the prose, How the World Came to Be. All the best, Kaya.
Hi, everybody. My name is Kia. And today I'm going to be telling you the story of How the World Came to Be by Anita Ganeri. Long, long ago, Lord Vishnu created the different universes, and in each universe, he laid down in an ocean of milk. A pure white lotus flower came from his navel, and in its satin petals lay Lord Brahma, the creator, the source of all things. While Lord Brahma slept, there was nothing. Then Brahma stirred and woke up and started to create the world and everything in its 4 quarters. First, he created the gods of the sky. They were Soma, the moon, and Surya, the sun. He placed them in the heavens to bring night and day. Next, he created Agni, the god of fire, Vayu, the wind, and Varuna, the ocean. Into the ocean, Lord Brahma placed a gleaming golden egg. Gently rocking on the waves, the egg grew and grew. For a whole year, it grew until one day it started to crack wider and wider until it split right open. And Lord Brahma stepped out from its golden inside, crowned in shining light. He divided the egg into 2 halves and placed one above as the arch of the sky and one below as the earth, and made human beings live on the earth in the golden shell of the empty egg. And so the world was made. But when Lord Brahma falls asleep again, his creation will dissolve into nothing, and the world we know will no longer exist. Thank you.
Good evening to everyone. My name is Agarwa. Today I am going to tell the ghost story by Bill Scott. Once there was a ghost who lived in the tomb, in a place that was smoky, thorn, and gloom, concealing where gravestones stuck across bad teeth, concealing the horrors that lay underneath. As the last stroke of midnight resounded around, the ghost would rise up from his bed underground and kept and making noise like a quavering bleat, would leap out of hiding and bite people's feet. One night, Sarah Jenkins was trotting past, who had not washed her feet since the year before last. The ghost sprang from hiding and with a loud chuckle sank its ugly green teeth on her left big toe knuckles. Even around Sarah, not noticing, wandered away. The ghost formed and roared, kept spitting all day. Sarah, not noticing, wandered away. The ghost formed and roared. Even now, around midnight, when white fog lies a tick, if you go by that graveyard, just listen a tick, and you will still hear the sound of ghosts being sick. Thank you.
That was a good try. We now have Yatin Sai from Grade 3 Junior Adaya to present the story Siddhartha and the Swan. All the best, Yatin.
Hello everyone, my name is Yatin and I am going to perform a story called Siddhartha and the Swan. One day, Siddhartha was sitting by the lake when a flock of white swans flew overhead. Suddenly, one of the swans fell from the sky and landed at Siddhartha's feet. An arrow was stuck in its wing. Poor swan, said Siddhartha, I'll look after you. Don't be afraid. And very gently he pulled out the arrow and wrapped the wounded swan in his own shirt to keep it warm. Just then his cousin Devadatta came running up in great excitement. He was carrying a bow and some arrows. What are you doing? He shouted at Siddhartha. That's my swan, not yours. I shot it fair and square. Now give it back, or else. But Siddhartha refused, and so the two boys began to argue. They quarreled and quarreled, but neither would give in. Finally, they decided to go to the king and let him decide who was right. And the king and his ministers listened carefully to their story. First, Siddhartha had his say. Now, who did the swan belong to? Devadatta shot the swan, so it is his, one minister said. But Siddhartha found the swan, so it is his. And another minister said, even the ministers could not decide. I can help you, said a quavering voice. Everyone turned around. There in the doorway stood a very old man whom nobody had seen before. No one wants to feel pain or die, and it's just the same for animals, he said. Now give this one to the boy who tried to save its life, not to the boy who would kill it. And Siddhartha was allowed to keep this one, and he cared for it until it was well again. Then he took it down to the lake and let it fly away to join its friends. Thank you. Ouch.
It was a fantastic performance, Yatin. How many of you have heard the Alibaba and the 40 Thieves? Many, right? We now have Nakshatra from Grade 1 Junior Adayar to narrate to us the story Joha and his 10 donkeys. The stage is yours, Nakshatra.
Hi, I'm Nakshatra from Grade 1 Junior, and I'm gonna perform a story called Joha and his 10 donkeys. One day, Joha bought 10 donkeys from the market. He felt very pleased with himself and started to drive in procession. As he was on his way home, he jumped up and rode on one of the donkeys. After a while, as he was going around the road, he counted the donkeys and found that there were only 9. So he got off the donkey he was riding and counted again. But this time he found that there were 10. So he said to himself, "That's strange. If I walk, I'll gain a donkey. And if I ride, I'll lose one. Thank you."
That was a fabulous narration. Can we give a big round of applause for Nakshatra? Once again, a story, but this time it is the Blue Umbrella by Ruskin Bond. And we have Tanushri from Grade 1 Senior Adaya to narrate to us the story. Tanushri, the stage is yours.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Tanushri. Today, I'm going to be narrating the story, The Blue Umbrella by Ruskin Bond. Binya heard voices, laughter, the clatter of plates and cups, and stepping through the trees, she came upon a party of picnickers. They were holiday makers from the plains. The women were dressed in bright saris. The men wore light summer shirts. The children had pretty new clothes. Binya, standing in the shadows between the trees, went unnoticed. And for some time, she watched the picnickers, admiring their clothes and listening to their unfamiliar accents and gazing rather hungrily the sight of all their food. And then her gaze came to rest on a bright blue umbrella which lay open on the grass beside its owner. Now, Binya had seen umbrellas before, and her mother had a big black umbrella which nobody used anymore. But this was her first time she had seen such a small, dainty, colorful umbrella, and she fell in love with it. The umbrella was like a flower, a great blue flower that had sprung upon on the dry brown hilly side. Thank you.
It was an amazing performance, Tanushri. In the upcoming story, we see how kindness and a helpful attitude can win over the hardest challenge. Want to hear the story? Me too. So let's put our hands together for Adya Susan Sandeep from Grade 1 Junior Adya to present to us the story Siddhartha and the Swan. Adya, the stage is yours.
Good evening, everyone. I am Adya Susan from Grade 1 Junior. Today, I'm gonna perform a story, Siddhartha and the Swan. One day, Siddhartha was sitting by the lake when a flock of white swans flew overhead. Suddenly, one of the swans fell from the sky and landed at Siddhartha's feet. An arrow was stuck in its wing. "Poor swan," said Siddhartha, "I'll look after you. Don't be afraid." Very gently, he pulled out the arrow and wrapped the wounded swan in his own shirt to keep it warm. Just then, his cousin Devidita came running up in great excitement. He was carrying a bow and some arrows. "What are you doing?" he shouted at Siddhartha. "That is my swan, not yours." I shot it fair and square. Now give it back, or else. But Siddhartha refused, so the two boys began to argue. They quarreled and quarreled, but neither would give in. Finally, they decided to go to the king and let him decide who was right. The king and his ministers listened carefully to their stories. First, Siddhartha had to say, "Now, who this one belongs to? The Devi with the short throat is his." One minister said, "But Siddhartha found it," said the other. Even the ministers could not decide. "I can help you," said a quavering voice. Everyone turned around. There in the doorway stood a very old man who nobody had seen before. "No one wants to feel pain or die, and it's just the same for animals. Give the swan to the boy who tried to save its life, not to the boy who would kill it." So Siddhartha was allowed to keep the swan. He cared for it until it was well again. He took it down to the lake and let it fly away to join its friends. Thank you.
That was a wonderful performance, Adya. For the next performance, we have Sharab Sivabalan from grade 2 junior Adaya to perform the story Mr. Stink. All the best, Sharab.
Hi everyone, my name is Sharav and I'm gonna narrate a story called Mr. Stick. Chloe was the kind of girl who loved being alone with her thoughts. Often, she would sit on her bed and make up stories about Mr. Stick, sitting on her own in her room. She would come up with all kinds of fantastical tales. Baby Mr. Stick was a heroic old sailor who had won dozens of medals for bravery, but had found it impossible to adapt to life on dry land. All or perhaps he was a world famous opera singer who, one night, upon hitting the top note in the area at the Royal Opera House in London, lost his voice and could never sing again. Or maybe he was really a Russian secret agent who had put on an elaborate tramp disguise to spy on the people in town. Chloe didn't know anything about Mr. Sting, but what she did know is that on that day, when she stopped to talk to him for the first time, was that he looked like he needed the 5-pound note she was holding more than she did. Mr. Stick seemed lonely, not just alone, but lonely in his soul. That made Chloe sad. She knew full well what it was like to feel lonely. Thank you.
That was a wonderful performance, Sharab. Now I invite Tanushri to continue the anchoring for the rest of the evening. Over to you, Tanushri.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Tanushri. I'll be your anchor for the rest of the performance. So, without further delay, let's invite all our performers on stage. I'm great lover of pets, and the puppies are the most loved ones for me. Oh, how cute they are, aren't they? They are just adorable and make and will make all your worries go away in a jiffy. I can't seem to get enough of such wonderful pets. So let's hear more from Sanaya Nathan of Grade 1 Junior as she recites the poem Puppy and I.
Hi everyone, my name is Sanaya and I'm going to perform the poem Puppy and I. I met a man as I went walking. We got talking, man and I. Where are you going to, man? I said. Down to the village to get some bread. Will you come with me? No, not I. I met a horse as I went walking. We got talking, horse and I. Where are you going to, horse? I said. Today, down to the village to get some hay. Will you come with me? No, not I. I met a woman as I went walking. We got talking, woman and I. Where are you going to, woman, so early? Down to the village to get some barley. Will you come with me? No, not I. I met some rabbits as I went walking. We got talking, rabbits and I. Where are you going in your brown fur coats? Down to the village to get some oats. Will you come with us? No, not I. I met a puppy as I went walking. We got talking, puppy and I. Where are you going to this nice fine day? Up to the hills to roll and play. I'll come with you, puppy, said I. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanaya. Playing with your puppy in the hills sounds great. Hey guys, do you remember anything from your childhood? I don't remember any, but my mother keeps saying, I did this, I did that. This is your first toy, your first dress, your first writing, and so on. Enough of me. Let's watch Tulasi Dharan from Grade 2 Senior, who's now ready to share his memories as he recites the poem I Remember by Thomas Hood.
Hi, my name is Tulsi Dharan and I'm gonna perform a poem called I Remember by Thomas Hood. I remember the house where I was born. The little windows where the sun came peeping in at morn. He never came a wing too soon, nor bought too long a day. But now I often wish the night had borne my breath away. I remember the roses red and white, the violets and the lily cups, those flowers made of light, the lilacs where the robin built, and where my brother set a laburnum on his birthday. The tree is still alive. I remember where I used to swing and thought the air must rush as fresh to swallow on the wing. My spirit flew in feathers then. The, my spirit flew in feathers then. This is so heavy now. I to the summer pools could hardly cool the fever on my brow. I remember the fir trees dark and high. I used to think the slender top were close against the sky. It was a childish ignorance to know I'm farther off from heaven than when I was a boy. Thank you.
Thank you, Tulasi Dharan, for sharing these beautiful moments. Whom do you all go when you're hungry? Your mothers, isn't it? Rutvika J from Grade 1 Senior has another idea that she's going to share her poem Free Rangers by Max Fatchin.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rutvika, and I'm going to be performing a poem called Free Rangers by Max Fatchin. Chooks in their paddock, chooks ranging free, boiled eggs for breakfast, scrambled for tea, Chooks on the sandpit, dust on the breast, searching through bogstones looking for a nest. When the sun shining in the tin shed, chooks on the perches early to bed. Noisy chooks cackling greet a new day, scratching the seedling, no time to live. Chooks busy feeding, humbly I beg, could you just manage a newly laid egg? Thank you.
Thank you, Ritvika. I'm sure the chicken will be happy to please you with an egg. Talking of an egg makes me think whether the egg came first or the chicken came first. And it's a very big puzzle. At least we know that humans came from monkeys. Speaking of monkeys, I remembered we now have Diya Visalakshi from Grade 1 Junior narrating the story The Monkey and the Veg.
Hi, I'm Diya Visalakshi from Grade 1 Junior. Today I'm going to narrate the story about Monkey and the Witch. There was once a merchant who employed many carpenters and masons to build a temple in his garden. Regularly, they start the work in the morning and take a break for their midday meals and return back to resume work till evening. One day there was a group of monkeys arrived at the site of the building and watched the workers going for their midday meals. One of the carpenters saw a huge log of wood. Still, it was only half done. He placed the wood between to prevent the log from closing up, and he went with the other workers for his meal. When all the workers were gone, Monkey came down from the trees and started jumping around and playing with the instruments. One of the monkey got curious about the wedge placed between. The monkey sat down on the log and started to pulling at it. Suddenly the wedge came out. Monkey got caught in the gap. Monkey causes a lot of pain. As a result, Monkey learned the lesson as a hard way. Wise indeed say one who interferes others' work surely comes to grief. Thank you.
Thank you, Diya Visalakshi. I feel sorry for the monkey. Hope someone rescues him. We now have Junaid Hemd from Grade 2 Senior tell us about friendship and being there for each other and how just a simple act between humans communicate huge unspoken emotions and feelings as he recites a poem, Holding Hands.
Good evening, everybody. I am Junaid and I am going to perform a poem called Holding Hands by Michelle Yeoh. At play, for fun. Here are kids just holding hands. A natural handhold that says, I like you. Hands screamed with ice cream. No, only fun. Not stickiness. In love. In despair. Here, behold the holding of hands. A tender embrace. Fingers locked in a twine. A comforting squeeze of hands that spells, I understand. At birth, at death, here we witness the holding of hands. A baby's finger clasping a mother's finger. A hand all limp and lifeless, lovingly held to a morning cheek. Holding hands is the language of man. So profound, yet simple. Always touching, infinitely soothing. Whatever life's precious moment at play, for fun, in love, in despair, at birth, at death, and all else in between. Thank you.
Thank you, Junaid, for sharing with us the bond that keeps humans together. You know who my best friend is. He's my neighbor. I know that some neighbors can be annoying, but mine isn't. In fact, I'm lucky to have her. But I don't think that's the case with our friend Shravan from grade 3 senior, Adyar, who's now here to share about his neighbors in the poem The People Upstairs by Ogden Nash.
Hello everyone, my name is Shravan. Today I am going to perform the poem The People Upstairs by Ogden Nash. The people upstairs all practice ballet. Their living room is a bowling alley. Their bedroom is full of conducted tours. They celebrate weekends all the week. When they take a shower, your ceilings leak. They try to get their parties to mix by supplying their guests with pogo sticks, and when their fun at last abates, they go to the bathroom in roller skates. I might like the people upstairs more if only they lived on another floor. Thank you.
Thank, thank you, Shravan, for making light of your plight. Appearance can be deceptive. We now have Anjana Balakrishnan from grade 1 senior, Adia, to narrate the story Mr. Stink by David Williams.
Hi, I'm Anjana, and today I'll be performing Mr. Stink by David Williams. Chloe was the kind of girl who loved being alone with her thoughts. Often, she would sit on her bed and make up stories about Mr. Stink. Sitting on her own in her room, she would come up with all kinds of fantastical tales. Maybe Mr. Stink was a heroic old sailor who had won dozens of medals for bravery, but had found it impossible to adapt to life on dry land. Or perhaps he was a world famous opera singer who one night, upon hitting the top note at an aria at the Royal Opera House in London, lost his voice and could never sing again. Or maybe he was really a Russian secret agent who put up an elaborate homeless beggar disguise just to spy on the people in town. Chloe did not know anything about Mr. Stink, but what she did know was that on that day, when she stopped to talk to him for the first time, was that he looked like he needed the £5 note she was holding much more than she did. He seemed lonely too, but not just alone, lonely in his soul. That made Chloe sad, as she knew full well what it was like to feel lonely. Thank you.
Thank you, Anjana, for the wonderful performance. I used to be very adamant when I was young, and my mother used to get worried a lot. But thanks to her, I have outgrown it. But this little girl is not like me, I guess. Come, let's hear it from Tanishka Krishna from Grade 3 Junior as she performs the poem I Want to Know by Horace Whitfield. How this little girl is.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tanishka, and I'm going to perform a poem called I Want to Know. Gooses and geeses. I want my geese to lay gold eggs for Easter, at least 100 a day. And by the way, I want a feast. I want a bean feast. Cream buns, donuts, fruitcake with no nuts. So good you could go nuts. No, now. I want a ball. I want a party. Pink macaroons, million balloons, and performing baboons. Give it to me now. I want the world. I want the whole world. I want to lock it all in my pocket. It's my bar of chocolate. Give it to me now. I want to wear them like braid. I want today. I want tomorrow. I want to wear them like braids in my hair, and I don't want to share them. I want a party room full of laughter. 10,000 tons of ice cream. And if I don't get the things I am after, I'm gonna scream. I want the work. I want the whole work. Presents and prizes, sweets and surprises of all shapes and sizes. And now, how I don't care. I don't care how I want it now. I don't care how I want it now. Thank you.
That was a good try, Tanishka. I'm sure you will rock the stage next time. We now have Sayami Shruti from Grade 1 Senior perform the poem I Hate Spiders.
Hello everyone, I am Sayami Shruti. I'm going to perform a poem. I Hate Spiders by Natalia Sadowski. Spiders, spiders, make me frown. Spiders, spiders, hang upside down. Spiders, spiders, make me twitch. Spiders, spiders, they can be the pet of a witch. Spiders, spiders, crawl up, down, and around. Spiders, spiders, crawl to the ground. Spiders, spiders, oh, I hate them so much. Spiders, spiders, they make me want to jump. Even though these creatures are so mysterious, I find their silky webs beautifully mysterious. As each raindrop falls on, line by line, their silky webs look more sublime. Now, I know I said I hate spiders, but their webs give me amazing wonders. After each rainfall, the webs look more magnificent. You know, this weather isn't so bad at all. It's brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you, Sayami. Rest assured that you're not alone in this. I too hate spiders, but I can't help but wonder how creative and beautiful their webs are. But yes, all changes can overcome. Let's now hear from Vishaka J from Grade 1 Junior as she narrates the story, The Sun and the Wind. I am curious to know if it's the same story I read when I was young. Come on, Vishaka, the stage is yours.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Vishaka. I'm from Grade 1 Junior. Today, I'm going to tell the story about the sun and the wind. Once upon a time, the sun and the wind happened to have a quarrel. Both claimed to be stronger than the other. At last, they agreed to test their strength. Here comes a traveler Let us see who can strip him of his cloak, said the sun. The wind agreed and chose to go first. He blew the hardest possible way. The traveler wrapped his cloak tightly around him. The harder the wind blew, the tighter the traveler held on to his cloak. The wind finally gave up. Now it was the turn of the sun. In the beginning, he shone very gently. After a while, the sun started shining brighter and brighter, becoming hotter and hotter. The traveler could not bear the heat and he took off his cloak. The sun smiled, the wind accepted his defeat and ran away. Moral: fury or force cuts no ice where gentleness does the job. Thank you.
Yes, it's exactly the story I read. Wasn't she wonderful in her presentation? Thank you, Vishaka. Let's hear what Kiara Arun from Grade 1 Senior had to go through as she narrates the story, The Monkey Pirates. Hi, my name is Kiara, and today I'm going to perform a story called The Monkey Pirates. Traveling in a wardrobe full of monkeys dressed as pirates was going to be very odd, thought Emily Jane. And of course, she was absolutely right. There is something else you should know about traveling in a wardrobe, and that is A. It's very dark. And when you travel in a wardrobe full of monkeys in it, it is also B. A bit hairy. And when you travel in a wardrobe full of monkey pirates in it, it is also C. Full of pirate talk. Inside the wardrobe, the monkey pirates call it instructions. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Splice the main brace, said Guff, which was something he heard pirates say a lot. Shimmer me timbers, said Poppycock, who didn't exactly know how to make anyone's timbers shiver. Mumble flap trump, suggested Gobbledygook. Hey! Agreed Gibberish. Comb your hair, suggested Dave, which Emily Jane thought was a bit strange coming from a pirate. After a while, with much shaking, rattling, and rolling, monkey noises, and obviously a few cries of bananas and barnacles, they came to rest. The door sprang open, and out fell 12 monkeys and one little girl. They found themselves in an empty, large bedroom, but no one knew where they were. Thank you. Thank you, Kiara. I'm sure you enjoyed the warmth of your furry friends. We now have Vishant Vaidyanathan from Grade 1 Senior narrate the warm story of companionship, Siddhartha and the Swan. Hi everyone, my name is Vishant and I would be performing a story called Siddhartha and the Swan by Anita Ganeri. One day, Siddhartha was sitting by the lake when a flock of white swans flew overhead. Suddenly, one of the swans fell from the sky and landed at Siddhartha's feet. An arrow was stuck in its wing. Poor swan, said Siddhartha. I will look after you. Don't be afraid. Very gently, he pulled the arrow from the wing and wrapped up wood with his own shirt to keep it warm. Just then, his cousin Devadatta came up running in great excitement. He was carrying some bow and some arrows. What are you doing? He shouted at Siddhartha. That's my swan, not yours. I shot it fair and square. Give it back, or else. But Siddhartha refused to give, and so the two boys began to argue. They quarreled and quarreled, but neither would give in. Finally, they decided to go to the king and decide who was right.
The king and his ministers listened to the story carefully. And first, Siddhartha had to say, "Now, who did the swan belong to?" "Devadatta shot the swan," so says one minister said. "But Siddhartha found the swan," so says even another. Even the ministers could not decide. "I can help you," said a quavering voice. Everyone turned a doorway. Stood a very old man was nobody seen before. No one wants to feel pain or die, and it's just the same for animals. Give the swan for a boy who tried to save its life, not the boy who tried to kill it. So Siddhartha was allowed to keep the swan and took care of it until it got well again and let him down the lake to fly away and join its friends. Thank you.
Thank you, Vishant. We can't heal the world today, but we can begin with the voice of compassion and an act of kindness. I learned it today from you. So thank you again for that. Up next, we have Saralia Chokato from grade 2 junior Annanagar to perform yet another story, The Honest Woodcutter. The stage is yours, Saralia.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Seralia, and I'm going to perform a story, The Honest Woodcutter. A poor woodcutter accidentally dropped his axe into the river. He was very upset as he had no money to buy another axe. Just then, a fairy appeared from the river holding a golden axe. "I found this axe from the river. Is this yours?" "That's not mine," replied the woodcutter. "That's not mine," replied the woodcutter. Then the fairy brought out a silver axe. The woodcutter, this one too." Finally, smiling with happiness, the woodcutter said. Finally, the fairy held out a wooden axe. Smiling with happiness, the woodcutter said, "That's mine. Thank you very much." The fairy felt very happy on seeing his honesty and said, "Such good honesty deserves a reward." She gave all the three axes to the poor woodcutter and disappeared. The moral of the story is honesty is the best policy. Always be honest. Thank you.
You really taught us the value of honesty through your performance. We now are going to watch the performance of a monologue titled The Campaign Speech by Ridhima Ranjesh from Level AS.
Hi all, I'm Ridhima from Level AS. Today I'm going to be performing the monologue campaign speech. Look, I could talk about credentials or achievements. I could talk about my years of experience in the NCC. I could flex my debate club prowess or the number of medals and trophies I've won. I could also mention offhand that I am, in fact, the recipient of the Rashtrapati Scout Award. I could, but I won't because I'm not here for that. No, I'm here to talk about you. You who are forced to get up every day before the sun rises. The bus is late, your locker is jammed, the classroom's air conditioning doesn't work, the toilets are messy, and the custodial staff couldn't care less. Your desks are full of classwork and undone homework. Your lunches are full of mush, and your teachers are full of nonsense. I say time and time again. This machine, this operation they're running you through, it has no interest in you. Now, I've pushed for a reform. But every time I try to do something to fix this place, I'm dismissed. Alexis, we can't hire new caterers for the canteen. Eat what you get. Alexis, a line with a missile launcher is no symbol for a flag. Alexis, why are you running in the hallways? It's no place for a slip and slide. Alexis, why is your classroom so noisy? Is it a fish market? I say, what do you mean? Are only fish markets allowed to be noisy? What about our freedom of speech? We've all heard it in the same condescending tone before. You're just a child. Well, potato, potato. I have 14 years of life experience. Thank you very much. And when I'm elected, I'll stop at nothing, my fellow student citizens, to get what you want. Now, my opponent has credentials, high class rank, captain of the band, every teacher's favorite. Rose is sure to win, right? I mean, she works like a. Oh, what's the word? Right, a machine. She works like a machine for the very system that we are all facing. So, go ahead, vote for Rose. If you are content and are all right with the systematic brainwashing the school does to us. But if you want a school which sees your needs, if you're being forced to conform, if you are like me, then let's fight the machine. Let's fight for our rights. And that all begins with your vote for Alexis. Thank you.
That was a fantastic performance, Ridhima. I thank I thank you everyone for bewitching us with your performance and transporting us to different worlds. On behalf of all the students at Alchemy, I thank our wonderful teachers who helped us to bring out the best in each of us through their passion and patience. I thank the audience for your encouragement. We have 2 more days of such stellar performance starting at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Please do be there to cheer and support. And this is Tanushri signing off.